Hello, and welcome back to our videos. Here we're looking around Itapema and Balneário Camboriú, and then back to São Paulo for the rest of our trip in Brazil. So here we are looking at the not little, city in Brazil called Itapema. This city is growing so much. Look at all the buildings being built. We were just driving around because we heard it's a up and coming city. A lot of people are investing there because the city next to it, which is called Balneário Camboriú, not sure if I'm saying that correct, the names are a bit difficult, is really expensive, and it's called the Dubai of Brazil. So this city is close by, and it's just, look at that. Look at all the buildings being built. We counted so many on the street. So a lot of people are investing there because the city next to it has just gone crazy in prices, and they're all expecting this one to go crazy as well. So we just decided to have a look around and see what we thought. And there are lots of restaurants, tons of buildings, and apparently there's some really beautiful beaches and walkways and nice things to do in this city. So we only stayed here for about, I think about half an hour. It wasn't really enough time to see it, but we could see that it was growing so much. So here's the beach that we had a quick look at. The tide was way in, so it was kind of hard to see. And it was cold winter day too, so there wasn't many people around. So it's kind of hard to know exactly what it's like. But I've seen some pictures in the summertime, and it looks really nice. A lot of people walking along the footpath here, and lots of people on the beach. And yeah, it looks quite nice. The buildings are not that big in front of the beach as well, for a reason, I think. So there won't be a lot of shadows on the beach, because the other city that we're going to after has a problem with so many big buildings close to the beach that the beach was just in the shadows all the time. There was no sun, so they had to actually extend the beach. So I don't know, we heard that here in this city they might be extending like the pathways and the beach as well. So let's see what happens. So here we go. We are on the way to Balneário Camboriú. I can never remember or know how to say that name properly. But yeah, it's known as the Dubai of Brazil. It's very, very, very expensive, and a lot of rich people invest in there. So there's signs everywhere with Cristiano Ronaldo on them, as you can see there. And these amazing, massive buildings with FG that are just like in the future buildings. You know, when you go in, you just put your thumb to get in the door, and they scan your face and stuff like that. So here we are looking around, and the beach is so beautiful. It's a huge beach, and it's well taken care of, and it's a very touristy place. So it looks like the council really looks after this place. So you don't see a lot of mess, a lot of rubbish in the streets, a lot of graffiti. Everything looks really well cared for, and a lot of touristy things to do. So if you're going for a holiday and you wanted to stay in this city, it seems like there is tons of stuff to do. See the gondolas, the big Ferris wheels. We're about to walk out to a lookout over the whole city. It's a bit hazy today, so it's really hard to see all the buildings, and winter, cold, rainy day, so there's hardly anyone on the beach. Must be so packed in good sunny day though, because there were people definitely on the beach. So here's just a main touristy part on the lookout, and as you can see, look at all those buildings around the beach. So tons and tons of beach, and a big huge beach, really wide beach, because I think they extended the beach because there was too much shadow on the beach. So we were here with Marcelo's sister looking around, and then we caught up with a friend that used to live on the island, who's Brazilian, who moved back there. And so you can see he teaches surfing over there. So if you ever want to go surf over there, he speaks English as well. So yeah, look him up, pro surfing in Balneário Camboriú. So here was beach tennis. They were having something with beach tennis. So, but it was a bit cold and rainy, so I'm not sure if it definitely went on. But there was lots of volleyball nets, playgrounds on the beach. There were lots of bins on the beach, so you can see they want to keep it clean. Look how big it is. Oh, can you see how wide it is here? Not really, I think, but when you're up a bit higher, it is a really wide wide and long beach. So here we're just looking out all the beautiful trees, and then on the other side there's heaps of restaurants, which is really good. In some other places it's just buildings and you don't have the restaurants, you just have the entrance to the buildings. So if you want to go to go to a restaurant, it's not that easy with such a beautiful lookout. But on the other side, close to beach, is all the kiosks and everything. So this is a really cool little sunglasses and surfboards to show. You have a little photo point, and then all the little kiosks where you can buy food on the beach and sit and have a drink. And they've got toilets, which is good. Toilets and showers, free toilets and free showers on the beach, which some beaches it's quite hard to find a toilet. And they've got a lot of restaurants and really cool places. It kind of reminds me of, the cool little lanes in Melbourne where you find really nice little bars or restaurants or cool shops to look at or buy things or go and eat. Trendy little bars, I think that's the right word for it. So yeah, we just drove around because we wanted to have a look at the main part of the city. So just to give you an idea of kind of what it's like to look around as you're driving, to see the restaurants, the road. You can see a bike lane there for people. Usually there's lots of people running and working out in Brazil, and to the right of the beach. So yeah, such a pretty little city. So, and so many buildings, so you can stay quite close to the beach. So I love the walkways or the paths in Brazil beside the beach. They just make the cities look so good, and you just feel like you want to get out and walk. And this is where our friend has his surf lessons. So yeah, he has some in Australia there and Indonesia. So yeah, pretty cool. Then we're just looking, really loving the city. We want to come back and stay, look at the playgrounds on the beach, kiosks, food, giant wheel there, look out. Like you have to spend more time. We only spent a few hours, so not enough time. So some beautiful gardens as well as we were driving up the hill, having a look around. It's not a really big city. That seems like you need more than a few hours. You want to spend a few days there checking around. Apparently New Year's Eve is amazing there, so we definitely have to come back. So I heard it's a pretty expensive city, but yeah, so pretty, very touristy. And yeah, next time we come, next time. So our friend also has this house on the beach that he's doing up for Airbnb. So look at that location. That is between, just where we're coming up that hill there. So that's between the other city and a beach next to it. I think it's called Praia Brava. So what a location. Look how tropical it is, and such a cool place. So that would be amazing to go stay there. So here now we're saying goodbye to our sweet friends from Florianopolis. So really sad to say goodbye to them. And this was our last day in Florianopolis. So what do we have to do? We have to get our acai, an acai per day. Keeps the doctor away. So here we are getting the acai. See what it is a cup, and you can put anything you want in the cup out of what I'm showing you. So of course we loved it and filled it up with stuff like condensed milk, fruits, lollies. The white stuff is powdered milk, which the Brazilians love to have their acai with powdered milk and condensed milk. I was about to say it in Portuguese. So this is the place that we went to. I put that in there so I'll remember the name. And look, an Australian place in the supermarket. What kind of food would they serve in an Australian place? Vegemite? And pies, who knows. So from that shopping centre we got up and we went to our car and we had a look out, and this was the view from the car park. How beautiful is that? Look at that. It was such a lovely day. And then we headed back to São Paulo and we got the sleeping bus. So here's the buses, and there was a full sleeping bus, and it was a double-decker bus, and on top, I think it was more like airplane. It didn't go back so far. There was only a certain amount of seats down the bottom, and we spent a bit extra to get them. So yeah, it was good to lie down fully, but it was super, super, super bumpy and a bit claustrophobic and not fresh air, so we all felt a bit ish afterwards. So here's walking around a place called Liberdade, which is like a little Japan in Brazil, because Brazil is a home to a lot of Japanese people, and it's really cool. Look at all the lights. It's got so many sushi places and ramen and noodles and so many things. Now this place, Liberdade, in the past has a square that used to be for hanging slaves and punishing slaves, probably even buying and selling slaves. So, and then when they abolished slavery in Brazil, that they changed the name to Liberdade, which means freedom. So after that, a lot of the people started coming from Japan and living here. And then Brazil has the largest population of Japanese people outside of Japan. So there is Hello Kitty, and we ate at this restaurant for our last lunch in Brazil. Everyone feeling a bit sad to be leaving Brazil. Some hot rolls, tamaki, and guaraná, which is a Brazilian soft drink. So it's delicious. If you're there, you should try it. And we don't really have the sushi in the cone in Australia. It's more rolls, so it's really cool to see. This woman here was one of the founders of samba in Brazil. So there's a plaque for her on the ground talking about that. So she was quite an interesting woman who was fully into women's rights, because women did not have a lot of rights when she was alive. So she sounds like a very amazing woman. And then that was our last day in Brazil. So here we are at the airport. So Josh is showing a toy he just got. And then this is the lounge we went into afterwards, where we ate some food and relaxed before our flight, which was so good to go in there. But yeah, we just had a little walk around the airport. So this is just to show you São Paulo airport, which is really huge. It's quite a busy airport. So, and there's lots of shops, lots of places to eat. Of course, açaí and some pão de queijo, which is cheese bread, which is really good, and the kids just love the cheese bread there. You can buy it in the supermarkets in Australia now. So if you have a look in the frozen section, you get some and you just put them in the oven, and they're really, really tasty. So here's the Visa Lounge that we had access to. So I went in there for a relax and some food. And until next time, in the next video, we're going to be in Los Angeles, having a look around and going to Disneyland. So we're all excited. Kids are really, really excited. We did fly Copa Airlines, which wouldn't recommend. But yeah, so goodbye Brazil. We're very sad to see you, and we'll see you next time though. We won't leave it so long. It won't be 4.5 years since we visit. We love Brazil very much and already can't wait to go back, because it's part of us there. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.